Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I am just finishing up making my homemade bread. I've already mixed all the ingredients and got the dough formed, and um, this bag here is actually from like some sheets or a blanket set that I had gotten some time ago, and I use it now with a tray to put bread in when I need it to rise, and I set it on the porch and it works phenomenally. As you can see, it just creates that really like warm, humid environment, so it's perfect. So I always use that when I'm baking. So I have the dough here, and I'm just going to separate that out into the pans that I'm going to bake it in. I have been feeling really kind of blue, kind of down today. And I know it's just the back to school blues, because summer's coming to an end and I'm going back into work, and my teenager will be, of course, going back to school, the toddler back in daycare, and I think it just has me bummed out just a little bit. Not that I don't love my job, and not that, we aren't, excited to get back in the swing of things. It's just, if I had it my way, I'd be able to just stay home and do all the things that I love and not have to put my son in daycare. And, my daughter would probably still choose to go to school at this age, but when she was younger, she probably would have enjoyed being able to stay home too. It's just wrestling with some emotions here. And so being bummed out has actually made me feel more guilty, because I recognize that I am very blessed to have a job, and I do love my chosen career. So I've just been sort of praying in my head all day and just asking God to help me have the right attitude and just the right mentality as we get ready to kick the school year off. And I'm just reminding myself that each evening I'll get to be back home, and I'll just have to be really intentional to keep doing the things I love, and doing the things around the house that I like. We have a bit of a commute. Like I said, when we moved several months ago, when we first purchased this house, we moved. It was an hour and a half or better where we were living before, and I have been looking for a house that I liked, and a price point that I could afford. And in the area where we were looking, there was nothing. I could not afford those homes. And the homes that I could afford, I didn't want to live in those. So it was trying to find a house that I wanted in a price point I could afford was the sweet spot. And the town that we chose, it had exactly that. I love this house, and I did not put myself in a bind to do it. And so I felt like it was just really such a blessing. God's hand was definitely in it. But with that being said, we do commute quite a distance to where I work and where my daughter, also goes to school there, and we're all in the same town all day. But it's far away from our home, so that takes a little bit of a toll, just having that commute, and of course it is an extra expense. So those are things that in the next few years I will probably get rid of that commute and work a little closer. But again, just trying to have the right attitude, um, praying and asking God to help me to be grateful, because guess what, this job, it pays for this house, and it allows me to be able to provide for my children. And like I said, I do love my job. It's just got a bit of the blues of leaving home where I really do get my joy and my peace, and and just getting back sort of on the clock, on the grind. So I have my bread loaves ready to go at this point. They're not all even, and I don't really care about that. I make this bread all the time. And so I'm just putting it back in my little humidity dome, I guess, where bread can rise, and I'm gonna let it sit out on the porch again. So it's been out there for now about an hour, maybe a little more actually, just because I got busy doing some other things, and so now the bread has doubled and it is ready to go in the oven. I love this pan. I bought this pan like several years ago from the Goodwill, and I was like, oh my god, I love this pan. It's gonna make baking bread so easy. So we've just been sort of hanging out today. You can still see I have on just t-shirt and shorts because we are just in full on chill mode. We've just been cooking and, you know, playing board games and just kind of enjoying the day because, like I said, summer is running out and I'll have to send my baby boy to daycare, and that's another thing that really just pulls on my heartstrings because I just love the hugs and the kisses and the smiles and just being able to see him all day and have him right with me. And so it's going to be a really big adjustment having to send him back to daycare. And again, I feel guilty because I am so blessed. He is a wonderful daycare provider. They are just great and so loving and care for him so well. So I'm so blessed, but you know, I can't lie that I am a little blue. But this bread will probably make me feel a little better. We are definitely bread eaters, and we haven't really eaten much bread in the last few days just because I hadn't made any. Made some cornbread, you know, but sometimes you just want bread, regular bread. So this is some of the honey butter that I made the other day. You can actually watch the video for that if you're interested. And I'm just gonna chip it up a little bit because it's hard now. It's been in the fridge, and I'm just gonna rub this all over the loaves and just give them just a lovely honey butter taste right here on this beautiful crusted top. Then we're gonna slice it up and eat some right away because we love the bread fresh out of the oven. So the bread is cooled enough now. I'm just gonna let it kind of continue to rest here on these cutting boards. Then we'll probably go ahead and slice it up because we can just barely contain ourselves. We're ready to eat some. So I have cut a slice for both the teenager and the toddler, and they have theirs, and now I'm gonna enjoy a piece here before we go finish up playing our board games. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.